Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be piloting this Simic list that just 5-0'd the most recent Standard League event, running Drunith, Reviver of the Hive, a card I showcased in the early access event. Super sweet card, green and a blue for a 1/1 with Trample, legendary creature, human scientist villain. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value equal to her power, copy that spell, his or her, I can't really tell what's going on there, except the copy isn't legendary, then put a +1 counter on Drunith. So ideal sequences are like turn 1 elf, into turn 2 Drunith +1 drop, or turn 3 you get the recruit down for 3 mana, you can copy that, or you could go extra 1 drop, make the Drunith a 2/2, then play a 2 drop, copy that. There are some really explosive starts with Drunith, and I had a lot of fun in the early access event. We're going to try it out here in ranked top 1% Mythic Standard. Pilot, original creators also running Innkeeper's Talent. Generically can be a pretty good card, also allows you to manipulate counters on the Drunith potentially. Maybe you don't have any 1 drops and you need to get right up to a 2 drop to copy something, you could use the talent. And then only 20 land with 4 elves and also 3 gene pollinators. Pretty interesting. I think I like the design. Like Ouroboros is just so good with any creatures on the board, so trading off lands for creatures that make mana with the Ouroboros I think makes a lot of sense, and a couple protection spells in here also could be used to manipulate Drunith's power if you need to pump her up a little bit before casting a 2 drop or 3 drop or something like that. So yeah, we're gonna give it a go. Here's some sideboard. We have some mono red stuff, and it feels like a lot of VV tech and a couple counter spells for the control matchups maybe to avoid the sweeper. Let's do it. I'm excited for this. We're going to ranked best of 3 standard. There's a good amount of construction today outside the door. I did add a new filter. I forget what it's called. A new sound filter. I already had maybe noise suppression, and I added some kind of gate or something like that. I tried to test it. It's unclear if it helps or not, but I have attempted at least to block some of the extraneous sound. An 88% Mythic, the Hive. There's Hammer right now, so if you can't hear it, we did great. If you can, I'm sorry. We got Drunith in the opening hand. I'm gonna definitely want to keep it. Question is, do we save the 1 drop to go after the Drunith, or do we go right into like the talent? I think you start with the 1 drop here. And then we'll rely on the talent to potentially pump up the Drunith if we need to. We don't hit the next land, that's too bad. We can also increase the power off the Might, which is cool. Okay, swing for 1, see if the opponent wants to do anything here. Nope. Okay, we'll plop the first legend down. There is some stick. Blue and a black. What are we doing here? So you can also use the Might to pump up the Drunith to a 2/2 and then cast a 2 drop. Alright, it is a Sultai Control list. Okay, I think we'll get the next Drunith down post-combat. Eventually if we can hit the 3rd land, we could like protect it with a royal treatment or something. Opponent eats it, we'll try Drunith part 2. There's some more stick here. Exhaled again. Alright, Cornucopia ramp, 2 mana open, some more stick there before the turn pass. We're not hitting very much land, but only 20 lands anyway. Beastbinder can actually shut down the Cornucopia every turn, so I think that's what's coming in next. They do have some stick here, I think. Okay, let's try this guy for that reason. A 3rd exhale, perhaps? Perchance? A 3rd exhale. Lovely. So the Beastbinder does shut off artifacts. You can shut off the Cornucopia. They can't use it, but that did not resolve. We have yet to resolve anything other than our 1 drop. Opponent goes counterspell, counterspell, counterspell into the Liliana Dreadhorde General. Create a 2/2 token.
My hands dirty.
Each player sacks 2 creatures of their choice. Oh my gosh, this looks awful. Huh, how can we possibly overcome this terrible situation? I mean, flyer would be good in general. We'll just minus and have a sack both things. And then draw a bunch of cards. If we attack with the Might and double pump, I mean, they just block anyway. We waste the pump spells. It's not looking amazing, I would say. That's what I would say about that. It's not looking great. I think we'll leave with this, but it's not looking good. All right, X Cornucopia. I go plus here, and then minus next turn. The ult is -9. Opponent chooses a permanent they control. All right, finally hit the third land drop. Making this a 3/3 base would be a 5/5. Could obviously get in there. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, they're gonna kill it anyway next turn, right? Let's take a chump here. Draw a card. I think we're holding Veil over talent level up. If we can keep both these alive, we actually have a pretty big flying attacker. Double blocks there, you got it. Draw 2 cards. Okay. All land. Definitely all land. Consult. Big Daddy Consult. Sweep when we cry. Probably cry regardless. Alright, this has been a lovely first game of Magic. A great way to start the run. Goodbye. At some point, we're pretty safe to sweep. I mean, counterspell, 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 Liliana, sweep. There's not too much to say about that. They'd have to really whiff here to keep going. Let me try a little bit. Like maybe the Genomorph can make some progress. We also can learn a little bit about their deck before we go to side deck. It's a sideboarding, but it's been a devastating. All right, I think that's enough. I think look at top 4, put 2 into hand is about good. I think we've roughly learned what we're gonna learn about their deck. I don't think we need to learn. I don't think I would need to continue. Counterspell, 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 Liliana. Alright, let's go to game 2. Activated or triggered ability. That seems pretty useful. No creatures to our knowledge. Artifact or enchantment. I don't think we saw any of that. No graveyard shenanigans. Artifact, enchantment, none of that. But we do probably want these counterspells for the sweeper turn. Deadly cover-up, I mean, technically, yeah, we could take some stuff out of the graveyard. Does not seem to be a high priority. I think these are the only subs we really need here. Bounce off could actually save us, potentially. I'm just saying, if you had to include something. We probably cannot cut. We didn't see any targeted removal, actually, so you could take out these Veils. I mean, they probably have some, but you could take it out. And then if you had to make one more cut, probably a talent. Do we need the talent at all versus them? I kind of think the Hexproof is more useful than this talent, to be honest. We didn't see any single target removal, but they gotta have plenty, right? With what we know for game 2, I think this is okay. Yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go like this. I've only ever played Repulsive Mutation once, and I don't know what I clicked, but I did not counter the spell. So we're gonna have to read that. We have to cast that spell. I don't know. I think I was supposed to. I have no idea what I did. We'll be on the play. It's a 1-lander with no green. It's called a Mulligan. It's a lovely opening hand. It's a 3-lander. Cool. I'm not gonna put it back. Probably don't need both Druids to start. All right. Not perfect, but maybe they stumble. Maybe we actually get to resolve in a Roboroid. We top deck a 2-drop. We can pump the Drunith. Drunith all the way down. Okay. This one gets under the counterspell at least. It is on cast, so they're incentivized to kill it now if they can. They probably have the blue dragon. They probably have the 1-mana caustic exhale. Shock. Yeah, maybe we should have kept the hexproof over the word stuff. Alright, that is actually the perfect card to draw here. If you kick it, it still counts as a 1-mana card, I believe. We're about to find out live. Yes, we still get the copy. This is huge. I mean, that is a huge creatures for a deck that might only have a turn 5 sweep. And top deck a Roboid, it would be nuts here, obviously. Yeah, I think next game we might keep the hexproof in. Like, they probably have 4 caustic exhales, and apparently some virtue persistence do. I think it's going to be more valuable than anything else. We have the counterspell open. Very interesting. Put X +1 counters on target creature you control, then counter up to 1 target spell, up to 1. I must have said don't counter. Great. Okay. Cool. I think we hold the counter here. I think you can play backup Drunith, and then trigger the first Drunith. But they're so close to dead if we just chill, right? I think that's okay. They do get a little bit of life. But as long as we're sitting on the counter, it should not be too bad. They can't use single target removal, and there isn't... It depends if they, like, sideboard it in like a 3-mana black -2/-2 sweeper, which would be really good against us. Something miasma. I don't know. I don't know what the latest one is. I feel like ones have rotated out and come in. I think we can play this Drunith before combat. And then we get the trigger, and it should be a non-legendary copy. We still have 2 mana open for the counterspell. Keep you. And then, yeah, just don't blow the counterspell unless they have a sweeper. Got 2. Looking okay in game 2. I think I'll be pretty surprised if they can win right here. Again, just have to hold the counterspell for the sweeper. We get so many triggers off the Paw Patch recruits if they target anything. They consult. I don't think it matters. They can go land, deadly cover up. We counter it. Unless its controller pays mana equal to the greatest power among creatures you control, they will not be able to pay 3. It's the untap land. It's the scoop. Well, at least they don't know we have the counterspell, though they might suspect it. We'll go to game 3. I mean, they do have single target removal. It's really bad into the Paw Patch. I still think this... I think the hexproof might be better. Cool. Let's, yeah, let's run it back. All right, here we go. Brutal game 1. I think we took the multi-6 on game 2 as well. All right, so we're on the draw. 2-lander with green. Looks fantastic. Draw an elf. Turn 2 kicked recruit. Potentially turn 3 Roboid. Tons of pressure for sure. No counterspell for the deadly cover-up turn. Might into Beastbinder. I think it's just elf into Paw Patch. I think that's too good to pass up. Tap land, alright, very nice. I think just shock this in. And go for the recruits. They could, like I said, they could have a 3-mana black -2/-2. That would be the worst thing we could see here. They don't have double block yet, though. Okay, we can go land 1 drop. Do it now in case they want to kill the elf or something. Trigger goes on the stack. Tidebender. Alright, so you do have to target though. We target the ability actually, okay. Fun. Eats it to 18. Still no double black yet. There is second black source. How much do you play around Deadly Cover Up? I don't know. We have no 1-drop to pair with Drunith. If we attack with the Might, the main phase Rakshasa's Bargain. Scary. If we attack with the Might, we make the Drunith. Actually, Drunith's ability has been shut off. Yeah, okay. Could go Genomorph land potentially. Let's see what this top deck is. It's the untap land. I think you just got to a Robo right here. I mean, we can't counter Deadly Cover Up, so I think we just push. We hope they don't have it. Okay. Drop to 9. Do you go land? Deadly Cover Up is the question. Untap land. It is Deadly Cover Up. Did it get to the graveyard? Alright. Sad. And then, what, you think they take all our Roboraids out of the deck? If I had to guess. I still think you go for that play. Could you just win next turn? If they don't have a sweeper, you just win next turn. And I think you want to use all your mana too. You go Imago land, you could hold the Tidebender. Okay, we press on here. Probably might Imago. The Genomorph. 6 land, could be Dragon Bounce everything. It's Liliana again. Christ. Alright. I guess we hold the Tidebender, hope they plus, right? Joy? They know about the Tidebender, they know about the Beast Binder, they know everything. They can just not plus. Or they can plus and then kill the Tidebender. I mean, I will try. This is not looking super good for the home team. Okay. Big Dragon. Bounce just the Liliana. Fair. Replay it. Each player sacks 2 creatures. Good golly gosh. If we do nothing, I mean, this is awful. I mean, if we can ever attack with the Beast Binder, I guess we could shut off Liliana. I mean, this is brutal. I mean, we have lost this game for sure. Opponent is sitting on a 6/7 dragon, a Liliana, 3 extra cards, Liliana minus, draw an extra card. This game is over. Okay. Still, I think you play it the same way. Yeah, there's nothing else we can really do. Technically could hold land for a Genomorph turn. We got nothing else to do with the mana anyway. Cornucopia, start gaining back some life.
You've reached an undead end.
I mean, they have enough mana to power up the Restless Reef here too. What does this say? Can't be countered? That's fine. Does not deal with hexproof. Second removal spell? Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. Honestly, very reasonable game 3. Game 1, counterspell, 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 Liliana. That was brutal. Game 3, you got it. Fine. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Oh my gosh. We'll see what comments you guys have. Anything news going on? All right, run it back. Never didn't have it. It's gonna be totally fine. Let me know if you like the best of 3 and then later best of 1 tweaked version the same day. That seems to be the pattern we're going into. We're on the play. It's a 1-lander with no ramp. No, I can't keep that. It's kind of be a multi. You actually have a lot of 1-drops, but still can't keep that. Just get a Snakeskin Veil for 3 turns in a row. 2-lander plus ramp. Looks great. A lot of 1-drops. Keep this. Might can go back. Beautiful. All right. Very important question. Alera 2007 says, love your playstyle and explanation of thinking. Would it be viable to shift the webcam to the right on sideboarding? Very hard to see much of your choices. Everything's viable. It's just one more thing to remember for me. It is very possible. I will say that in the start, I will probably mess up and I will leave it there sometimes because it's a new pattern. But yeah, we can try it out. It shouldn't be too hard. We'll try it out this game. If I move my cam to the right, you won't be able to see... No, I guess it's fine. Yeah, we can do that. Alright, just don't take the elf. Spider, that's alright with me. That's cute. Probably just needs to be Drunith here. I mean, or a bird here. If they want to trade, we get back to Beastbinder with Vigilance. I don't have to trade at all next turn, though. Yeah, let's just wait. Just wait. Alright, here we go. My camera's been moved to the bottom right, which blocks not that much. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Do we learn anything about them? They're freaking Ginger Brute, Shelter by Ghosts. And Bounce Off is actually a pretty good removable spell against Shelter by Ghosts. What are they? We have no idea, right? What would they possibly be here? Destroy enchantment is relevant. I don't know if it's worth artifact or enchantment spell. I mean, they played an artifact and an enchantment. In theory, this could be good, but this is such a wild sideboard decision, right? Is it really better than what we have? Like, I could see this. I could see putting a single Bounce Off. Maybe a Null's really good. I just have no idea what this is. You think they're really artifact enchantments? That's such a wild call to make game 1, right? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. That's such a wild call. Let's put in both the Nulls. It's gonna be fine. Activated or triggered ability. I just don't know what they are. Maybe put in Heritage Reclamation instead on the draw. No, this is fine. This is crazy. This is fine. That's fine. I have no idea what they are. Alright, we'll remember to shift the cam back. But there for sure will be games where I just forget it down there for a little while. I need to get a new cable to connect my second monitor. Opponents goes first. It's a good hand. A Null showing up. Because they're definitely a janky artifacts enchantments deck, right? Shock. Ah, actually they are. Actually they are. Okay. Counterspell for turn 2? Or just develop board state into a Roboroid? I think you do this instead. I mean, what is their turn 2? A 1-drop enchantment, another 1-drop enchantment. 1-drop enchantment, pick Pixie, pick it up, put it back down. I just don't know what the Ginger Brute's for. Why are we main decking the Ginger Brute? Yeah, there's the enchantment, I know. Are we stuck in one land, though? No blocks, okay. Starting town. Shut off ability seems pretty good. If we can get it. No Annul open. No blocks. Could have like a Shard Mage's Rescue here. Is my guess. I guess we go Mago first, right? And then starting time. There's stick. Okay. Are we rescuing? I told you, best of 3 is so much jankier than best of 1. You would never see that in best of 1. You would never see that. Wouldn't happen in a million years. Yeah, I can move the camera for you. Turns out that was actually not that hard. Writer8102 says, what are the odds of that many one-landers? Honestly wonder how random the shuffler is sometimes, as well as matchmaking, too many mirror matches. In best of 3, as far as I know, the shuffler is purely as random as they can make it. There is no hand smoothing, there's no alterations, whatever. Matchmaking, I don't know. Matchmaking, I don't know in best of 3. Or best of 1, really. I really don't know. Alright, so we'll be on the play against rank 166. The Frozen Kismet. Beautiful opening hand. Actually bonkers. Curve is a little bit awkward, but I think we go turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Drunith. That's interesting, though. If we just go... We actually skipped the Drunith here, right? Because we don't have any 2-drops to copy. I think you actually just totally skipped the Drunith here. Or you can go... Yeah, you can go Drunith Pollinator. Drunith Pollinator, you have a 2-2. Then you go right into Roboroid, though. And you never get any Drunith value. I think Drunith comes later. Maybe you go Drunith Pollinator here. We'll go Roboroid next turn. If, you know, if they let us. They do not let us. No more lies. Okay. Well, if we had gone Drunith instead, we'd have a 2-2 here. And then we'd actually be able to resolve Beastbinder. Maybe you always go Drunith there. Roboroid off the top. I mean, Drunith is a good follow-up to a sweeper. Dude says no. Counterspell again. Let's see if they have the turn 4 Day of Judgment. Nothing. Okay. I don't know how much I want to commit to the board other than like a Drunith part 1. They can make a Fountain Port and block one of these, which is kind of annoying. There's really nothing we can do about that. I think we'll fire one of these off. Who's to say if they actually have the sweeper? They let it resolve. Pretty spooky. I think that's all I'm willing to commit here. Consult. Go look for the sweeper. If they hit it, we go Drunith plus Pollinator. And if we're lucky, go Beastbinder, copy that next turn. But in the future, I think you do prioritize Drunith 1-drop over the Paw Patch Kick. So things go differently. Yeah, you're left over a really good body. Really good copying body. It's land? Could be land Ultima. It's land Elspeth Stormslayer. That's pretty interesting. So the next, a Roboroid. I think you just go again here. Try to attack this down. Double block there. Take 4. That's interesting. Take 5, actually. Drop to 1. Maybe go face there instead. 5 to face, drop to 5. Just depends if they have the sweeper or not. We don't have any haste to take advantage, so we'll see how this next turn goes. Plus, and then... just a Steam Rip for one, not an Ultima. That is pretty big. Put a counter on the... I mean, technically the Roboroid is the best one. They'll probably kill it. But I think you still go for that. Steam Rip again. Candy Trail, definitely not a sweeper. Scry 2 both to the bottom, that's great. 3 mana open. Do nothing. We hit a land here, that's interesting. Let's play some pre-combat stuff. Fortunately, we have no trample through. I mean, they're just going to block both of these. Okay. I think they want to block both. I mean, they're going to block both either way, right? Sure, leave it on top. Okay, if they sweep, we can still reload with Roboroid. It's close, just depends if they have a sweep or not. They could be really slow playing it. It's 3 blockers, only 1 gets through. Well comes in tapped unless they play it now. Okay, we try. Lots of mana open, no whale. Consult for 7. Look for a counter spell. Hit the counter spell. Could deploy more stuff or attack down the Elspeth. I guess you attack down the Elspeth while you can. Alright, infinite blocker's gone. But if they have the sweep, we also probably just lose. Looks like a main phase Fountain Port sack. Attack first, then sweep. Lovely. Attack first, then Fountain Port sack, then sweep. Lovely. Okay, it's not awful, but we have a long road to go. We also cannot even target the whale very easily through ward. No whale. That's not a bad card in general. Could shut off Candy Trail, so they could sack it in response. They don't want to do the whale thing. I think chance of winning from here very low. My Stalk isn't bad. We need one more land to even get it going though. I think we're about good to go here. I mean, are we really going to win through that with this deck? I don't think so. I think we're good to go. I think the next console is too much for my heart to take. We will move on to sideboarding. I'll even move the camera for you. Definitely want the counter spells in there. Bounce off could be okay. What else do we see? Artifact or enchantment. Could Shut down the Planeswalker with the Tidebender, play my sweepers a little bit. And that's basically it. That's basically it. Okay. And who wants to come out here? Probably some talents, I think. The ward cost isn't bad, but I think Snakeskin Veil is better. Let's do it. Game 2. Yeah, I think if I could go back, I think I'd sequence the Drunith first, but I don't think it would have changed the outcome of the game. Ultimately, it came down to not being able to attack through the Elspeth tokens and eventually give them enough time to sweep. I mean, there was maybe a turn where instead of throwing away one of the Tramplers, we could have not attacked for a whole turn cycle and tried to get it bigger to attack through the tokens first with Trample, but I don't know. I don't know if you do that. I mean, sitting there and waiting and doing nothing versus a sweeper opponent is not great. And then they just plus the Elspeth again, and they get 2 more tokens. So I don't think you even outscaled on that next turn. You'd have to wait 2 full turn cycles, I think. I don't think is a way to do it. I don't think I'd play that super differently. Let me go back and watch it, but I don't think we're going to win that one either way. They just got to go full sweepers, and they'll be totally fine. So we'll see if we can get a super aggressive curve. That's kind of our only chance. Super aggressive curve and a counterspell, like that game against Sultai opponent, is the perfect outcome here. Don't know if they pull in Starcage or not. We can go ahead and pull up a list for... oh, here we go. Could try to pull up a best of 3 list for Zori's Control. They have Starcage, though. They, yeah, it's fine. They have Starcage. Okay. I didn't actually mean to hit keep. I was trying to click through my other screen, but that's okay. It's not a terrible opening hand. Okay, not a bad card. Potentially save it for a turn where it can't be countered, but I think it's good enough to deploy here. And I think we need to hold open the counterspell. Which means we're very suspiciously shocking in this guy. We definitely don't have anything here, don't worry about it. I think you let that go, because I think you have to play around Day of Judgment. Maybe there, actually, you deploy some map tokens. Because now if they sweep, it's not that bad. Yeah, that would have been better. We don't have enough land to do all the things we want to do here. It's a good one. You know, I didn't really expect that, I'm not gonna lie. I think we need to counter this one. Hold on. Let's cancel. Let's make sure I didn't do this wrong. Pay 0. Confirm 0. Target a creature you control. I counted it, right? Hold on, I've done this once wrong before. X is 0, sure. Confirm 0. Submit creature. Submit this. Alright, I must have hit submit 0 the first time I ever did that. That's interesting. I didn't really expect that. Okay, see if they sweep anyway. It's Elspeth. I mean, I think we have to deploy here. Technically, we actually can Vine Stalk. I mean, if they sweep, we're just screwed anyway. This is not bad pressure, I think. Also makes use of the Vine Stalk while they have Demolition Field tapped at least. Alright, Elspeth takes 5 down to 1. Now if they hold open Demolition Field, then we obviously can't go for that. We could try to map token and make 2 lethal threats to Elspeth. They all of these have the Anchorage power up too. It's really not great either way. Okay, Beast Binder down. Abilities still shut off for one more turn. Not super helpful. Drunith for 2, kick the Recruit. Map token. I mean, they just block with the Anchorage here if we attack anyway. Pretty much not going to drop top deck a 3-drop. Okay, I don't think it matters too much where we put this. Don't need you. I mean, the moment they sweep, we just fold. Consult, take for 5, go look for a sweeper. Sweep plus the Elspeth. I think I'm going to go on that. Technically, yeah, we can top deck land and attack Elspeth down with the Vine Stalk. I think that'd actually be worth it. Alright, sweep require 2 mana open if they get lost the Vine Stalk. We need the untapped land off the top. That's not it. 5 mana to power that up. Close to done here. Very close to done here. This is tough to sit through. This is a terrible matchup for us. We have no speed to deal with. We just go wide and they get swept. Without the counterspell, there's really nothing our deck has to offer versus this matchup. They get lost. No, we still get the copy. It's a lot of copies for what it's worth. Okay, not helpful. They also have their Anchorage still, like 2-3. Try to get someone up to be the size of a 2-3 at least. Trade with it. Is this really helpful? I mean, we need the Roboroi is the best thing we could draw here, I think. Just feels slow. I think it has to be a Roboroi or nothing. Power up the anchorage. 8-3. 8-3 there. There's still one left over. I mean, we are not going to be able to kill this thing. I don't think we throw away their 1/1s because I think we have to stop to Roboride. Alright, anchorage is a 2-3. Trade there. Trade there. And then Demolition Field, Divine Stalk. Quadruple block. We don't got nothing. Okay, kill one more token out of the deal, sure. Okay, we can now technically power up the Divine Stalk if for whatever reason they tap the Demolition Field. They're like, don't use it right here. They don't use Demolition Field on end step. That feels like a mistake. But I think they're so far ahead it doesn't even matter. Are we done? I think we're done, right? I mean, we could sit around and wait for Roboride, but this doesn't feel like what I want to do with my time. Okay, we got one more match in us. I'm down. That one's just a rough matchup, but we'll go one more time here. Just gotta shake it off. Can't be that salty about it. All right, let's play. Let's play one more game of Magic. One more match of Magic. I think no new comments. All right, here we go. Last match of the day. We'll be on the play. Two-lander with Elf. Looks great, so we'll keep this. Construction going ham in the background. Going super loud. I almost feel there's no way you can't hear that, but maybe the new noise gate is working. It's extremely loud. You actually have more comments. I don't have enough comments to fill every dead space, so at least some more. Ask some questions. If you want. Turn 1 Duress, actually finding a target against the creature deck. Roboride is super nice. Probably just this. The payoff is really big if it works out. My talent is not bad either, but I think it's just better. Especially against black, which struggles to have single target removal. Alright, well there goes a Roboride, and we have no removal in the deck at all. But they are not going to block for a little while. Haskin Veil, interesting. I think we're just getting the talent down here. Juicing the Might isn't bad, I think. Needs to spit out more damage in subsequent turns. I doubt they trade, although they could. Okay, one lifelink. Is it a big creature we can't get there? It's just a Death Touch creature. Okay. We also have Snakeskin Veil. Did they pay the ward costs? Or this... Did I even need to do that? Did they pay the ward costs? Oh, they didn't respond to this. Yeah, okay. Alright, I think we're good to get in there. They probably block the Might here, right? Maybe we actually give them some other rabbits to deal with. I think they just eat the Might. Yes, it is my go. I'm aware. Okay. Opponent's a 9. Opponent's a 7. Elf coming out. Okay. Horsey Revenant, 3/3. We still trade pretty well with that. Double the number of counters we put on something. Seems like a decent investment in general. Over the Pollinator, I think it's worth it. We don't even have to trade one of these guys off then. That's got Death Touch anyway. Yeah, we'll get in there. Down to 3, up 3 to 6. Alright, new cards showing up. Damage equal to what? X? 3? Okay. Alright, suit up. We technically don't have to trade it. We can wait one more turn if we really want to. They put a Death Touch counter on it. It'd take their whole turn, though. I guess if they don't, they're going to attack anyway with it, right? Our life might get worse. I think we have to hold on here. Sure. Give this thing flying. It's a big lifelink creature. Alright, they do give it flying. Drop us to 5. And I don't know if we can race them back. At this point, we're just dead next turn. That will not do it. Okay, either we win here or we don't. And I don't think we deal 16 damage this turn. So I think that is game. If we had attacked last turn, they would have been down 5. It actually would have been exactly... Nah, would have been off by 1 anyway. Okay. Fine. Well, that was kind of unexpected. But a pretty lackluster game. Sideboarding versus mono black. Unable to Scream seems important in general. They could have Annex type stuff. Bounce off. Would save a creature, I guess, if you wanted to. A null is a little bit too niche. Technically the ooze looked okay there. We didn't see any counter spells. It's a little niche. There's a lot of creatures to eat though. I think ooze could be okay. I don't know if we need to go curator though. Seems a bit overkill. And if they don't have any sweepers, all the hexproof stuff is pretty good. Who do you cut though? We don't truly need the ooze. The ooze is okay. I think you cut the talent still. You need some creatures out of there. Is the ooze better than the flyer? Maybe. I think a lot of creatures are going to hit the bin this game. Beastbinder also pretty good. We could bounce off is a little bit weird, right? It's like another royal treatment. I don't hate it. You could cut a mite. We'll be on the play though. I don't think I want to cut a mite on the play. So I think I'll just cut the bounce off. Alright, let's do it. I did not move the camera that time. I realize that now. In fact, my camera's been in the bottom, bottom right the whole time. Sick. One lander. Tap an untapped permanent you control. Nah. You can almost make it work if you unable to scream, but I don't think it's worth it. They have to play a one-drop creature. Can you tap unable to scream? You do control it, right? I don't think that's it. They could play Cecil on 1. I don't think that's the play, though. It's a really good hand otherwise, but, nah. Another one-lander. Damn, dude. Actually crazy. Actually fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't think you keep this either. It's not terrible, but, okay. One-landers are wild. Cool. Put back a Veil and, I guess, a land. Hopefully the opponent also takes them all to 5. Yeah, you can't even keep that hand, because even if they don't play Cecil, they go turn 2 bat. And they take your only 1-drop permanent. Then I usually be sad. Okay. Let's do it. Nothing else to be done. 1-drop, 2-drop. Hopefully curve out into Roboride. Could be okay. Dead immediately. Alright, let's try again. Alright, only land from here on out in our 20 land deck would be good. Nope, not it. Opponent's stuck on 1 land though. They kept the 1 lander on the draw. I mean, you're not dead yet. We'll see if you get lucky. If you top deck a couple lands, you could absolutely win this game. You do hit your 2nd land. You don't deserve it. Okay. No stick still. Let's go, baby. 1 at a time. Dude kept a 1-lander on the draw. Now there's a stick, though. That's interesting. He hits the 2nd land. Okay. No 3rd land, though. I mean, we're only doing 1 damage at a time. You're still holding on. With no 1-drops and a 2-drop and only 3-drops. I hope he never hits another land. He does not deserve it. We'll keep going. Working up to our Roboride turn. They gotta have a 3-drop. It's impossible they don't have a 3-drop. Alright, we can actually attack through that pretty well. I think we still hold the Veil here. We're working our way up. We can actually Roboride next turn. Okay, to 11. Straight target creature. Great. We have something for that. I'm willing to blow it. You can make the argument that you try to top deck a 5th land in your 20 land deck. And hold that open. I don't think that's it. Alright, we're actually making progress here. We might actually win this game. Alright, we go on to game 3. Multi 5, double 1-landers. Cool, we're on the draw this game. I guess I'm not super sure if bounce off is worth it. There's a lot of that Death Touch creature. Artifact or enchantment spell. Very niche. We could play that, but I don't think that's worth it. I think it's roughly the same here. Do we need Ooze over the Imago? Yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I think it's still this. I think we're back to the same thing. I feel like bounce off is a little bit too slow there. I don't think I want it as the 4th Snakeskin Veil. I think it's sideboarding with the camera in the same place isn't the end of the world. Because I do... Another 1-lander. Hot damn. Unable to Scream is the only castable spell. Yeah, we're not keeping this. Nope. Another 1-lander. We have the Pollinator. Oh man, this sucks so much. I might keep this one. But we have to top deck. I mean, we can play the Recruit, I guess, and use it as mana. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Put back the Imago, I think. It's so bad. I'm tired of 1-landers though. So Pollinator on 1, and then Paw Patch, and then we have something to tap to make more mana if they don't kill the Pollinator. We top deck the next land because we're great at this game, but super sketch. No stick. Do we give him the Drunith off the bat? Looks like it. Okay. Alright, another removal spell. It's okay. Not a bad card to draw against them. I will decline. Down to 16. Each player. Nice. Well, probably Roboride. You can pick the Recruit though. Yeah, okay. Interesting. We'll see if you regret that. It is very good against target removal, so I don't hate that decision. But they are counting on us not hitting more land. Exile any number of target players' graveyards. I don't think we really care about that. They can play a creature into an unable scream. They know what's coming. Slasher. Next land is not bad. We actually don't need to unable scream, but it's got to go somewhere, right? Power 2 or greater. I mean, we're gonna want this anyway, so might as well go here. If we want to get through damage, we have to do this. Or we can just not. I think we submit 0, right? So they get the free block here. If you don't do this, then you get in for 1, but then they have a 2/2? I guess we're supposed to block that, actually. Sorry, that's what I had. We still have the 1/3 back with Vigilance. We're supposed to use that. It's okay. Alright, draw a free card every turn. Land on top is what we're looking for here. Not a land. Not awful. Do it this time. Cannot block. We also have the 1/3 back. Hold on. No creatures down there yet. Opponent giving me the your go. My Spanish teacher has sent me a photo. He's at the dentist. He has sent me a photo of him loopy at the dentist. -3, -3. Okay, too bad. Can't do anything about that. Take a card to the graveyard, not worth it. Opponent down to 9. It's not a land. Flip the chamber. Gotta flip the chamber. It's good. It's good stuff. Okay, still looking for that land off the top. It's not a land. Okay. No attacks. Six to the face. At 8. Pretty confident by the opponent. Another Louise Pampas Villager showing up. 4 damage to opponent and gain 4 life. Alright, that is about game. Drop to 2. We do not hit the land. I am out. I am done. This thing has flying. Technically you can block. But like, then they just drain us out for 2, right? So, alright. There's a hole in your plan. No, there's not. We just hit 1 lander after 1 lander after 1 lander after mulligan after 1 lander. Okay. Did I have fun today? In the first half, yes. In the second half, no. I had no fun against the Azorius control deck, and I didn't really have fun with that many 1-landers. Whew, hot damn. All right. Little deck review. We'll bring this into best of 1, which is more fun for me, because then I get to tweak things up a little bit. Man, this does not feel good. I do feel like this deck is missing the Flash Cat. Flash Cat's huge, right? Lets you do so many things that you can't do otherwise. Gives you all sorts of outs, all sorts of ways to draw cards. So I feel like that is really missing from this version, so certainly we're bringing it to best of 1. We'll be looking to make space for that. And yeah, that was rough the last 2 matches. I'm not thrilled about that, but this is the unedited channel, right? So we'll leave it in. Whew, like and subscribe, leave a comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.